All right, hold on one second. All right. Hello, everybody. Incredible morning. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of the Honestly Speaking brand, where we carry the best summation paper that allows you to sublimate at 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. We have sublimation ink. We have heat tape, as you can see back here, from 1/2 inch all the way to 6 inches, and also Syllaholics Anonymous, where I've been teaching you guys how to use and design in Solicitor for the past 7 years via Facebook and YouTube. So we have a lot of free, amazing content. And last but not least, 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of ways. So what we are going to discuss today, I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but there were no posts. There was nothing on our site about Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Saving Sunday, or Cyber Monday deals. And we got a couple of inquiries asking why, or not say why, were we going to have any sales? Do you plan to do any? I really would like to take this class or that class. I want to try your paper. Are you going to have any deals? Are you going to have any Cyber Monday or, well, when we miss Black Friday, I guess they're like, okay, well, I guess you're going to do Cyber Monday. And we got inquiries and we got questions about whether or not we're going to have Cyber Monday deals and discounts. And the answer to that is no. I know what I said last week. Don't get me wrong. Those who are VIPs, you will still be getting your discount code. But why did that code have to be simply for Black Friday or Small Business Saturday or Saving Sunday or Cyber Monday? If I'm going to give you a discount, I'm going to give you a discount. It doesn't have to be within that time frame. So I know I said I always do Cyber Monday deals and like Black Friday for our classes, but on Thursday, and just some reflecting and some prayer time, I decided not to, and we're going to discuss why. All right. So right before I went live over here, I asked the question because I'm streaming live on TikTok right now as well, and I asked the question: put a 3 in the comments if you are a business owner and you felt compelled to run some sort of discount, not just simply promote your business, but to have a specific discount for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Saving Sunday, that's what I call it, and Cyber Monday. All right. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, it's so weird. Like, I didn't realize you can see so much stuff. He said 3. I didn't realize you can see so much stuff on my little junket table over there. Hold on. Wait, which way am I going? You gotta
start using your green screen.
And they can see all of this stuff back here. They will be all right. All right.
They'll be okay.
Yeah, they be all right. Just ignore the background. Just ignore I was in the middle of cleaning. And I was like, I want to get back to cleaning. So let's go ahead and hurry up and start this video now so I could actually focus on cleaning. Oh, boom, boom. I give discounts all the time. Exactly. I give discounts all the time. And we also, so I'm not sure if you guys know or not, for those who, follow us, in January, so at the top of the year, I made a decision, which I brought my husband along because he looked at me like I was absolutely bonkers. So I, at the top of the year, had this discussion and this idea to drop our prices up to 25. There are certain things where it was dropped from and we were making money last year. And with as we've talked about before, recession, and how it affects, others, we made a decision, and I'm going to keep on saying we, because, hey, he's a part of this business. He owns his LLC. So even though it was mine, we made a decision to drop prices up to 25% site-wide. When you look at what the average cost of paper or ink or even just doing classes and things like that, like how much people were charging for, a class for sublimation, a class for learning silhouette, or a business class, we decided to drop these prices. to be able to help others, to help them profit more. And we've had that discussion before, because when we did it, I think I talked with you guys about that, and trying to help my community, because they believed in me when we just went out on the limb and said, hey, we're going to start to sell a sublimation paper and ink. I know that you guys have, like these other products and you've been using them for a long time, but trust your girl, this is going to be a great switch. It's going to be worth you switching. And also, I'm gonna need y'all to pay for it up front and then wait 6 to 8 weeks to get it. And people were willing to. And then for that year, it was absolutely amazing. The love, the support was absolutely amazing. And then with, we started the pandemic, but, I know it started to get a little bit hard for some people, just in me talking to people all the time. So I said, you know what? We've been blessed. Let's bless others. And we dropped our prices. And here and there, we've done sales. We did a sale for our anniversary. We had like a little small sale during that time. And every once in a while, when the spirit moves me, I will do a sale. Truth be told, I'm gonna tell y'all this, where a lot of my sales really come from. When I am helping someone, or if I'm in a group and I see someone that is trying, and I see frustration, and and especially when I see a single mom and they're trying to make it and they're like, I'm wasting money on this. A lot of my sales, you guys reap the benefits of it because it's all to help one person. If the rest of you kind of reap from it, you're able to save from it, all right, cool. But most times when I'm dropping a sale, it's because I saw a need of one person, and I don't want to necessarily like single them out because I kind of saw what they were writing and stuff, or even felt like they inboxed me. So I just do an open sale, and hey, it helps them, but it also helps you guys. So when it came to the Black Friday stuff, at first we were, because I talked about it. I really wanted to do the Black Friday promo here, because we moved into a new location, so where people can actually come and pick up their items. So I wanted to go the traditional route of Black Friday and make it to where it was about in-house. I remember growing up, and I said this story last week, and with my grandma, my mom, they would wake us up like 4 in the morning, and we were in line at the Kmart, the Sears, the different places. And it was like, we had a whole list, like we had an attack, because like a whole plan of attack, because back then, you used to be able to get the good, get good deals on jewelry over at the Kmart that was on 57th Avenue. And so, and like, there should be a Sears over there too, or something like that. So it's like, we had a plan. It's like, okay, you're going to go and you're going to wait in the line here. Cause they used to do this whole thing where they only had so many of the discounts. So you had to pick and choose which line you were going to wait in. So my grandmother, when we got of age and we can get up, look, this is like a rite of passage. You got to get your behind up, because I need you to go to the toy department and go get a ticket over there. I need you to go to the jury. I need you to go to this. So that's how, and it was always this thing of in-house. And I wanted to be able to do that for our business as well. And so I wanted to do this whole thing where it was in-house. And Small Business Saturday, I never understood the purpose of doing a discount on Small Business Saturday, because the whole purpose is to support small businesses who are probably already not charging enough as it is. So you want them to give you another discount on top of that. I just feel like small business should just be shop small, whether there's a discount or not. So I really don't ever do the whole small business and giving a discount, because the purpose of it is for you to support a small business. So that's just, me. And then Sunday, I just didn't really want to focus on numbers. And then now it comes Monday. Like I said, I've done them before, but the reason why I did it is I get on these platforms, I have classes, and I teach about business, right? Yeah. And a lot of people, I'm finding when I'm teaching, they are already not pricing correctly. Their prices are already at this discount, right? Because they don't know how to price. They don't understand working business. Then what played in my head, and where this whole thing of, I'm going to actually scrap the whole idea of doing this, is when I hear people say, like friends and family, oh, they don't support me, or if they do, they want a discount. Hold up. Why is it that we kind of frown upon friends and family when it comes to supporting our business, and they want a discount in order to support? We kind of turn our nose up at it. But for other small businesses, we expect those discounts. We kind of, just because someone maybe is, you may deem them to be more successful, you may deem them to be a bigger business than yours. We're still smaller businesses in size, or startup businesses, just like you. It's just some of us are more open and more public, and I do things like live videos. But in a sense, my business is no different than those who are selling shirts or tumblers or candles or things like that. So if in your business, you don't really like when people expect discounts from you, and we're teaching about not, I'm always preaching, you don't have to give discounts, you don't have to give discounts. Why would I not practice what I teach? Why would I not be an example of practice what you teach? So I said, we're not doing it, because I want those who I teach to feel empowered, to not feel like they have to drop their prices just to get a sale, because that can make it to where you are not, you can either end up in the green. You can end up black, where you've broken even, or you can just promote your business and end up in the green, So that was one of the reasons, like that was the second reason why we did not, because I thought about how I teach others, right? The third thing was, I cannot tell you how amazing it felt to not watch sales and just enjoy my family. Because even though it's like, okay, it's automated, it's just coming through the website, when you do these sales and it's like, you want to know, like, if it was all in vain, you're watching the numbers. You're like looking at those numbers, was it worth it? Did we get it? Did I get new people? I'm paying attention to analytics. How many first time customers did we get because of this sale? How many of my loyal supporters and those who always support, did they come? I would be stressing about the numbers. I enjoyed my Friday, binging on my Friday and Saturday, although I did have to come in Saturday to do a bit of work. And that was another thing. I was like, oh, look at God, because baby, I did not give a discount other than my design fee, because they had a bunch of shirts, and I charged them a rush fee. And when she came to pick up the shirt, she gave the girl some more money. What? Not a one discount. And I came in on a Saturday to work. So I was like, oh, I like this. I enjoyed my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a regular work day, so I'm back at work today. But I, for the first time since I have opened a business and had a website, actually enjoyed my Thanksgiving break. And that's what I wanted most out of anything. I got to do my hair, I got to watch Hallmark movies, and I was not worried about a sale. But every time it went cha-ching, I was like, haha, did not have to, because we already had it. So there were a couple of different things that made it to where, I just did not feel compelled to put that stress on myself about a sale.
Well, listening to what you said and what you had been saying up until the holiday, because our other business talks about how to capitalize and how to leverage the holidays. That's how big business leverages the holidays, and what the holidays really mean. And it's nothing more than a time to where people who have been forced, either mentally or financially, to work all this time, and then they finally get a couple of days off. That's the only time they have time to deal with them, to hang out with their family. That's what the holidays really signify. That may not be what it means to individuals. I'm not here to take anybody's shine or anybody's love of the holidays, but I want you to think about it. That's really the only time that people have that are off at the same time, spend time together. Well, listening to that and up until this time, I feel that the sale that we had, actually the sale that we had on Friday, it was not beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was beneficial. It definitely didn't change anything. And as far as getting new customers, we get new customers whether we have sales or not. So we get a new customer every day. And that's one thing I'm very proud of in our business, that and our customers that share our company. Okay, so kudos to those who share as well. But we get new customers every day. Mm-hmm. But to say that we blew it out of the water because we had a Black Friday sale, no. I think it was a waste of time. And I think it's something that we're gonna have to consider, because it is her business. So this particular business is our business marriage wise, but her name's on the business. For I can't keep getting all this money from the military and having all this stuff. So it's her business. But anyway, the whole idea, we gotta talk about it, because we have to approach it in a different light. We are dealing with business to business. Mm-hmm. Much like you got a lot of business to business going on, but there's a lot of people who are business owners that don't understand that certain businesses should not participate in these outrageous expectations of giving our stuff away for free. Mm-hmm. Because that's what the mindset is. We've gone all year long, and there's a holiday in every month of the year, but we've gone all year long needing something, and then we wait till 1 or 2 days out of the year to say, hey, here it is, I'm going to buy it. Not to mention, you got paid on this day, but you didn't get paid on this day, so a lot of people probably didn't have the money to purchase, right? If they want to do it, they want to run it up on a credit card or a charge card, or they had to set aside because they spent all this money on Thanksgiving dinner and all these other things. So it was a balance and a budget type thing. So for us, it was a regular work day. Friday was a regular work day for us, and we stayed in and worked all day Friday. However, our sales didn't spike. We had new customers anyway, and it was just a normal Friday. Mm-hmm. It was a normal day. So looking at it for the upcoming years, specifically coming up to Christmas.
Sure you guys can hear.
And
we had people that they shop with us. They didn't even, we had codes they didn't even use.
Well, we had our deal. So our deal for Black Friday was they get 30% off the store. Exclusions applied, but they had to spend at least $75.
Mm-hmm. We had people spend $69. And I'm like, $5 more, but
not paying attention.
What they wanted to do,
stuff like that. So they were getting what they needed or what they wanted. So I think going forward, it's going to be a big conversation as to how we participate, and then we offer sales throughout the years as well. Mm-hmm. We offer discount codes. We send out email notifications. Hey, $10 off of items when you make a purchase of this amount or more. We have memberships that give you 15% off or 20% off anytime. I think that a lot of the people who shop with us probably need to come to your classes. And I say that seriously, because we talked about pricing as well. We talked about thinking about how you're pricing your products and thinking about the mindset shift of a business owner, how we should be thinking. I think we should be shopping small all the time. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you. I think we should be shopping small all the time because of the impact that small businesses have on the community.
Yeah.
When you shop small, you may pay a couple of dollars extra, but you're actually giving that small business owner an opportunity to serve you and keep you in business as well.
Yep.
So, it's a lot of things we got to look at going forward. But Black Friday, it was just another day.
Yep.
Just another day.
Hold on, let me see. I would like to purchase a specific item on your site that you've advertised, but I have had difficulty locating the item. I've searched several times. But which item is that, Jay? Let's see. Someone says, I participated in a small business expo on Saturday at the FedEx Forum, sponsored by the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, that was, hold up, wait a minute, pause. Because you actually had some branded items there and they didn't ding you, like they didn't say anything. because I understand like some of the stuff that was like just generic and just had Memphis, but I saw like some actual like the rhinestone, the Grizzlies rhinestone transfer that you had, and they didn't say anything because it was actually at their like that at their it was sponsored by them, so that wasn't an issue for them in the fact that you had a rhinestone transfer that was the Grizzlies. There were two other similar businesses like mine, and one of the patrons actually said to me that I was priced too low. Her comparable shirts are at least $10 more than mine. So ultimately, I didn't alter my price for the event, but I appeared to be on sale in comparison to my counterparts. Does that make you now think about your price points, or are you happy where your price points are? Because a lot of people always come and say, oh, your price too low, is this and a third, or how can you do this? And some people get offended feeling like you are trying to undercut them or take business. But if the way you conduct your business, if that profit margin and that price point works for you, then it works for your business. So do you feel like because they said that you have to, like, you should maybe consider increasing your prices if you know that people are paying it, or are you okay with where you are currently priced? Oh, yeah, I never put it out. I never actually put that one up. Yeah, I never did. Because it was I was trying to make it where it can be used for anything, and I just didn't it worked for me, but trying to put that file out where it can be for other schools, it was just a lot trying to get it all set up to where you can easily change out certain things, and I just haven't put it out yet. No. So no, it's not on the site. You're not crazy. You didn't miss it. It's not on there. So she says, nope, the shirt sold out and no one said anything. That's awesome. Because when I saw it, and now even knowing that it was sponsored by the Grizzlies and you had that there, that was kind of interesting to me when I saw it. And I was like, oh, wow. And now just to know that it was sponsored by them, that was absolutely amazing that you were able to sell those items in an event sponsored by them and there were no repercussions for it. That's awesome.
Is this somebody who's taking your training on pricing?
Are you in creative business? I don't remember if she's in, because it's Stitches Studio. I know who it is, but I'm not mistaken. She is in creative business.
So you mentioned that the price point for that particular business or that particular product or service may be working or may be right for that business owner. And that's not a reason to change your prices based off of somebody saying that you are priced too low or you may be priced too high. I think if they're selling, you're making the profit that you want to make and you understand the profit that you're making, I don't think there's an issue with it. I think the issue comes when because we're in Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Now, if we were locally selling to Columbia, South Carolina, and we weren't shipping out anywhere, then we would definitely have to price our products based off the local market. Mm-hmm. And we wouldn't be concerned about shipping anywhere or even having some type of comparison shopping products with anybody else. But when you go to Atlanta, the same products, possibly the same or similar quality, you're going to see that they're going to be bumped up at least another 30 to 40% more, and people are going to pay for them. Yep. Now that we are in an open market and we are shipping across the country and we're hitting different states, we have to price accordingly. So that has to be a comparison and a competitive type pricing. Mm-hmm. So for us as a retail store, there's always people coming in, whether they say it under their breaths or whether they say it out loud boldly. They say most of the time they're saying that it costs too much. But when you go and look at our product and you go and check out Amazon, we're still giving you the better price and the better quality. Mm-hmm. So, I just wanted to know if that person was on your.
Actually, no, she says she did. She says she's in the. It was okay. I know I've seen her before. She's in my 30-day training, but not the creative business one. So here is now like the teaching moment in this, right? So we want the other thing is like reason why I didn't also like, even when I was considering doing the sale, right? And people would ask, and I would overlook that, because last year what we found was, and it gets kind of stressful because what if something happens to where you're waiting for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that, and something happens to where you cannot purchase, but you know you wanted it and you did not purchase it. So last year we saw this dip. So leading up to Black Friday. So the thing is, with certain businesses, you're not like some of these other stores, right? They're doing these sales to get you on their website because they have a bunch of stuff. They're trying to get you in their store because there's a bunch of other things. So while you're shopping, you came in here for a TV. We really only had 5 of those TVs available anyway. We only had 2 of those game systems. We had, 10 of those pieces of jewelry that we advertised on sale. So it wasn't false advertisement, but it wasn't like everybody and their mom was going to be able to come in here and get these. But when you came in and these 5 TVs are gone, these 2 game systems are gone, and whatever else it is that we advertise, and they are gone, okay, you just use your gas to come into this store, you're going to find something, okay? You're going to find something. Yeah. You're going to find something in here. So they have a wider variety of things to where they can utilize, like they could use this time just to get people in the doors. And what was also kind of crazy was the amount of TikToks and Facebooks and Reels that I saw that said, these Black Friday sales ain't Black Friday. That was like, y'all around here giving out 20%. That ain't no Black Friday sale. That's a Memorial Day. That's a Labor Day discount. That's not a Black Friday. People were like, it's almost like the expectation is for it to be this major discount.
Yeah.
Why?
And they don't know. They don't. It is the conditioning of the big box companies that throw the 50% off, the 70% off. But this is what the customer does not think about or even see. They don't see that when you're getting that 50 or that 70% off of that item on Black Friday, they don't see that in July, August, September, and October, those prices are creeping up. So you're not actually getting the 50% off of that price or that 70% off. That price has gone up within that quarter. So you're actually getting that 20% off. You're actually getting that 30% off. And people don't look at it like that. So the eyes and the mind is actually playing tricks on people. Now, the other thing that you said, it works the other way. You got to be careful that you don't advertise your sales too early because now, like you said, now you're looking at, you're not going to have a sale between the gap of time of advertising and the time that the sale is going to drop.
Yeah.
So that's another reason not to advertise a lot of sales. That's another reason not to advertise a lot of sales, because if you advertise the sales, let's say we do a flash sale. Let's say we run a flash sale right now. Right now we run a flash sale and we say for the next 60 minutes, 50% off the entire store. Now we already know, first off, people got their heads so far buried into their job that they're not paying attention.
Yep.
How do I know? We've had several people come in here and say, oh, I missed it. Oh, I was doing this. Oh, I was doing that. The other thing is, a lot of people are not going to have the capital to make that purchase. So we already, and business owners know that too. Big business know that too. The last part about that is, we're not expecting to make a lot of money on a 50% off for 30 minutes. We're expecting to get, like you said, traffic in this store.
Yeah.
Because we got these items in here. We know that when you come in here and we say, hey, 50% off the entire store or 50% off of tumblers for the next 20 minutes. I mean, the next 30 minutes or next hour. You think we're going to put our whole inventory on there? Heck no.
Exactly.
I might drop 200 on there. And when 200 is gone, it's gone. You have to be strategic when you're doing it.
Yeah.
You have to be strategic when you're doing it. So let me see. She says, I see both of y'all business as suppliers, so I would have purchased items before Black Friday. Well, I appreciate that, Ms. Twerks.
To supply my business.
Yeah, to supply my business. The true reason for Black Friday is if a business don't need it. If a business don't need it, then they're going to do well. So the true reason for Black Friday is because if they were struggling all year long,
yeah,
and they are in the red going towards the end of the year, the true reason for Black Friday is to break even, to have an opportunity to break even towards the end of the year, that last quarter. If you realize, if you think about it, the last 3 months, the last 4 months of the year are the heavy hitting holidays, or some heavy hitting holidays. Mm-hmm. You have the Labor Day sale, you have the Halloween, you have the November sales, which is Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Busy Saturday, what you call Sunday?
Saving Sunday,
and then Cyber Monday, and then you got the all month of December, people are doing sales. So they're looking to break even. The other thing that I've learned, we are still, even as our sales have dipped, our profit is not dipped below 45%.
Yeah.
That's amazing, being our first full year of business. Most businesses are not going to get, they're lucky to get 25-30% profit.
Yep.
So,
that's the thing too. Like, I'm prepping a lot of stuff, and I'm gathering a lot of information. If you guys have never seen, it's a channel on YouTube, and it's called Upflip. Yeah, it's called Upflip. So when you go on there, and like they interview and they go behind the scenes of a lot of different businesses, and when you listen to a lot of them and what their profit margin is, it's actually not really high. So how you're making their money is, their goal is not to make a huge profit, a 75, a 60% profit off of one item, and only do like a few units of those. Like, they're willing, like a lot of them will tell you, like, their profit margin is anywhere from like 30 to, on the good side, 50%. But they're pushing and pushing and pushing to get more customers, to get more sales, to reach their sales goals. So some people, they're wanting to make a higher profit margin off of, and only sell to a few people. And they'll reach their sale goals, reaching to fewer people, but charging more. Where others are okay with, all right, my profit margin isn't so high, but I'm going to do what I can to reach more people. I'd rather have more people use my services, use my products. And most businesses work that way. You're not going to have this 60, 70, 80, 90% markup or profit margin in your average businesses. Like, that's just, when I hear people say like how much they want to make, or, oh, I'm not going to make any money off that, like how we talked about like with outsourcing, but that's actually the average.
That's the average.
Yeah.
But if you don't understand business, if you don't take the time to understand business, you won't know. Mr. Lifeful says, I bought my ink and paper before Black Friday. Now I need to figure out how to use it. All you got to do is reach out. That's it. Reach out. Reach out.
I cannot justify discounting because embroidery is a service. And if I drop prices, yes, it drives traffic and I get more customers, but the work I have to do is still the same. Exactly. So all in all, like if you're, hold on, let me do like you and just reset. So if you are just kind of jumping on here, I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK LLC. We have an online business, and we sell Sublimation ink, paper, heat tape, and other supplies, as well as classes and trainings for different things like Silhouette Studio. Our 30-day training is absolutely amazing. It's gonna get you right for your business and learning how to design and things like that. And we got inquiries about whether or not we're going to have any discounts and things for from Black Friday all the way through Cyber Monday. And while last week I talked about it, I decided not to do anything during that time frame for a couple of different reasons. One, it is a matter of practice what you teach, So if I have a lot of students that are coming to me and, one of their pain points is feeling like they always have to discount stuff, especially for friends and for family, or to secure a sale that they have to discount it. But then me, where although you guys might see me as this major success story, I'm really no different than you guys. It's just that you happen to see me all the time because this is my main business, and I like being on camera. I like running my mouth. I'm a Gemini. I'm a talker. So So I just, this is where I thrive at. So just because I'm here every day, it doesn't mean that, I'm more successful than, any like the next person's business. I am still a small business owner. Yes, we've been able to move into a slightly bigger space to be able to run our operations and get our house back. But at the end of the day, it still is majority like me, my husband, that run this operation. So we're like a two-man show with additional help that we, pay for, and we hire like here and there for certain things. But it's still us. Like we're just like you guys. So if I'm teaching about business and I'm telling you to do one thing, I don't ever want to be that person where it's do as I say, not as I do. So I wanted to show also that you can get sales without having to do discounts during these quote unquote sale times. And even though people are asking about it, if we have a product to where you're going to need it all the time, is it not good enough? Like, do we not have quality products? Are they not worth the price, especially when our prices, I can't speak for you guys and how you guys price, but for us, when I'm looking at some of the leading brands, the ones that have been around for a long time and that you don't get support from for their products, they don't have a YouTube channel. They don't have a Facebook group for their stuff to where you're able to go in and answer questions. I'm not sure how you guys are in your group, but I'm always answering questions about all of these main papers. These are the known brands for Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, even some that are still small businesses, but they are popular. You can't get your questions answered. You can't get a straight answer. You can't get help when you are supporting their businesses. You continue to pour money into them, but then you have to go to Facebook groups to ask a question. You have to deal with this frustration and trying out different things instead of getting it, as they would say, from the horse's mouth. So we're going to support all of these businesses versus one where it's a quality product. We have made to where you don't have to use 400 degrees for 60 seconds. You actually can be more efficient in what you're doing, and you're getting support. So I'm going to give you all this goodness, but feel like I have to discount it. Why? Because you guys will feel the same way about what you do. So like I said, whether you are a hairstylist, if you sell candles, if you have a mobile car wash business, if you're making custom shirts, custom tumblers, all of these things, if you want to be respected as a business and say, hey, I want your, people like to say support, but you only really get it if there is a discount, then if you have to wait for a discount, don't get me wrong. I know we all like a good discount, especially for high ticket items. Like when it's high ticket items, I mean, those couple cents, they really, really do help, right? But if you're in business and you need these products, whether they are on sale or not, you have a business and you need these products, you need these classes to help elevate you and take you to the next level. Why does it have to be where you have to wait for a discount? This is gonna sound harsh, but take it all in love, because this is the same thing that you guys mumble under your breath to clients when they ask for it. If you can't afford it right now, that's cool. Come back when you can.
Just say that. Just say I can't afford it right now. Just say it's out of my price range, out of my budget right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But when you wait until one particular day of the year to get something that your business needs to be successful, to grow, to thrive, to get to the next level, to level up, so to say, and we are waiting, and then not just waiting, we're going back and forth. Well, can I get it for this? Well, I'm going to wait not just until Thursday, but I'm going to wait till Friday when the price didn't go down. Let me see what's happening on Saturday. Let me see what's going on Sunday. Okay, now Cyber Monday's here. What's going on? Let's see if I can get it for a cheaper price. That's not how business owners should operate. And I've said this before to everybody who's listening. And if you haven't seen my wife and I on here, we talked about this before. Business owners' jobs are not to save money. Our job in business is to make smarter business decisions and smarter business purchases. And that may mean buying it now at full price now, so that we can later on reap the benefits and the rewards, because we now have the information, we now have the product, or we now have the service, we have the connection, we have the network, we have what we need now, because we can reap when we have. We can't reap when we don't have. We can't do it. Collective Design says we get more clients with embroidery because of our prices. I'm not very privy to embroidery. I know that it takes, for me, this is what my education as far as embroidery, I know that it takes a specific file, and I know that you can choose to either be creating files, and I know that takes time as well. You can either outsource that, but the process of embroidery, I would think that the whole process of embroidery, especially if you're talking about different colors, right? If you're using different threads, one color may be less than a multicolor. I don't know how that works. The different needles, that you have to put.
10 needle or 1 needle.
Those things I can understand that, but when we submit as business owners, when we submit to having a discount simply because we want to sell, we have to ask ourselves, and I'm not saying this is you, Collective Designs, I'm just speaking in general. When we submit to the customer because they've convinced us or talked us into having a sale, all we did was make a sale. Oftentimes we didn't make a profit. Making a sale doesn't constitute making a profit.
Yep.
Making a sale doesn't mean we can sell everything in this store, but if we don't make more than what we paid for it, and if we don't make enough money to buy, in my eyes, at least 2 or 3 more of that item to put back into the business, we just black.
Oh, we'll touch about that too. I teach in my creative business, I tell them that about pricing, that it is, part of it is whatever you're gonna, like, whatever you buy it for, you can't count that as, because all you're gonna do with that is go back and buy it. So I kind of, like, when it comes to business, I think about this this tale that I guess was a story I was told, where, a guy who started selling pens. He went out, he purchased 1 pen for 50 cents, and he sold it for he bought it, I think it's like he paid it for like 25 cents, and he sold it for $1. That way he can buy another one, and then he's able to double his. So he was able to buy 2 more pens, but he profited 25 cents. So he bought it for 25 cents. He sold it for $1 so that he could buy more inventory. So for every pen that he ends up selling, he's making 25 cents, because he's going to double, and he'll make money because he sells out of them every single time. So when you're pricing, part of your pricing should be to be able to buy more inventory, because most times when you buy inventory in bulk or you buy more items, eventually you'll get to a point to where you're saving on them. So you have to maybe keep buying these pens for just 25 cents for a little bit of time, because you're buying them 1, and then you're going to buy 2, then you're going to buy 3, then you're going to buy 4. At some point, you'll get to a point to where you're selling it, and you've been diligent with this, and you've created a business that's consistent with sales, to where now when you go in there, okay, let me get a whole box of these pens. I don't need to buy just 1 pack of HSINK summation paper. I'm getting to a point now to where I'm going through so much paper. Let me go ahead and get a case of it. And so when you buy the case of it, instead of these pens costing you 25 cents per unit, or you're paying 10 cents, you're still selling it at the same price. You have to understand how it works. And that was one of the things I taught, is that you want to be able to sell it to where when you go back, you can buy more inventory. If it's selling, you want to be able to buy more and put it on the shelves.
Allow me to play the part that someone always seems to come on my lives and play.
Devil's advocate.
That is devil's advocate.
I like playing that too.
So allow me to play the devil's advocate. some people don't know that. Some people just don't know how to do that. No, this is what's happening, y'all.
Wait, pause. Wait, thought. The reason why they don't know how to do it is because all they do is rely on YouTube University and think that they're going to give them all those answers. But when you have people that have classes that's willing to go and walk you through it, because it's not a do it in 15-minute type deal, you have to understand business. But that's them that want to do YouTube University, and they don't want to pay for those who have been in it, and they actually can give you real time knowledge. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
That's one of the things that D always says. I'm not going to call myself the subject matter expert. What I'm going to do is say that we're going to share our experiences and how it's helped us. And our experiences are working. So you can take that for what it's worth. You do with that how you want to do with it. However, some people are not willing to do what's required. And although some people don't know what's required, when they find out what's required, they're not willing to do what's required. This part always stings, because I sell one pen for $1. I'm able to buy 2, which I purchased the pen for 25 cents. I'm able to buy 2, actually 3 pens now, right? And I have a 25-cent profit. Well, now what do I do with that profit? Oh, I know, I'm sticking it in my pocket.
Oh, I gotta get my money back.
And we said this the other day, Professor. When you invest in your business, the definition of invest, by definition, there's a chance that is going to be lost. With the hopes of making and doubling and tripling and quadrupling, earning money. But when you invest that 25 cents in your business, then count it gone.
Yep.
It belongs to the business. They say, hey, she for the streets or he for the streets. That's 25 cents for the business.
Yep.
And it's gone. So when you invest $2,500 into your business, and it's meant to grow your business, and now you have created a $10,000 profit, and you take $7,500 and you buy 3 more whatevers, and you got $2,500 to the good. You don't take that $2,500 and say, I'm going to replace my money back. I mean, you can if you want to. That's your business. That's your business. But you're never going to grow like that. You're never going to. You now have operation costs.
Yeah.
And you have money to use towards operation costs that you were hoping that you were going to have. Remember, we just had a small storm come through here, which means everything was blowing. Now imagine you owning a building, or leasing a building, and you come here and your stuff is damaged, and you have to replace some things. You have the money to do that now.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people are not thinking like that because of the mindset shift that's required as it comes to business. As business evolves, it's a mindset shift that's required. People are thinking, hey, I got to get my money. They're trying to get their get back. Business is not about a get back. You want to get so far ahead to the point your cash flow is so heavy and so flowing to where your business is just supporting itself. You want to stop borrowing money from yourself and have your business be sustainable. That's what you want. Exactly.
I agree. You're making a lot of sense. I try. Thank you for engaging and commenting on the post. But I was lost my train of thought. I saw that when I lost my train of thought.
Devil's advocate. I was saying devil's advocate.
I know, no, but it was a thought that I had. Hold on. Incredible. We're still in morning. Oh yeah, it was a couple more minutes afternoon, but incredible morning. Thank you for jumping on the live. So what we're talking about is, I kind of explained in the beginning why we did not participate in Black Friday. So if you're just joining, I'm going to run that down again in case you're joining and you were looking for any discounts. Not that I don't love y'all or anything like that, but it was just a couple of different reasons. One, just kind of what Black Friday really was like. So Cyber Monday, we considered it, but Black Friday, I wanted to have something where it was about people coming in-house. But then I wanted to enjoy my Friday. Like, I did a lot of cooking. Oh, pause. For those of you guys who don't know, I was playing with y'all on Thanksgiving because your girl can burn, okay? Like, I can actually cook It was all fun and games. No, I don't put the whole shells in my macaroni and cheese. No, I know how to cook. I'm just letting y'all know that because some of y'all were a bit concerned for your girl. And some of y'all obviously are new because I've shown y'all that I can cook before. So I just wanted to clear that up, that it was all fun and games. And I actually had to sit and cook like full on this year. Normally, I don't cook until Friday because my family, like between my husband's family, my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, it's a lot of food. And when it comes home, we got a lot of plates and stuff. So there's really no need for me to cook until Saturday. But this year I had to actually cook on Thanksgiving. So I enjoyed my Friday. That was the first thing. So I was glad that it wasn't like I didn't commit to this whole thing of, I forgot one of the points. So I'll mention this one. Like the commit to this whole thing of coming in on a Friday because I probably would have been here by myself because my kids are out of school. So I enjoyed my Friday and I watched my TV did not leave Hallmark Channel at all, except for when Ziny Money stepped on the remote and I almost knocked him out because I'm like, bruh, now I can't rewind to see. But I digress. You know, I forgave the little one because he know not what he does. But my TV did not leave Hallmark all weekend long. Truth be told, it's still on Hallmark right now, and it may or may not be recording. I'm just saying for when I get home. Okay. But I just wanted to actually, for once, enjoy this weekend. I did not want to have to stress over numbers on our website and just watch numbers all weekend long. And I just didn't want to. So I wanted to actually enjoy the time with my family. It was also kind of a grieving moment for me. This was my first Thanksgiving without my grandmother, which I vowed myself to not cry while I say this. I was talking to myself in my head before I said it. So this is our first Thanksgiving and first major holiday without my grandmother. I also cried a lot this weekend. So I knew I would not be in the right headspace. Leading up to this, the other part of, when you're planning for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that, with creating advertisements and you have to, create graphics for your website and do this and do that. And we were doing a lot of stuff. And yes, I could have outsourced it and had someone design it, but I just wasn't even in the right headspace for that. Like it was really weighing on me that this was about to be our first Thanksgiving without my grandmother. So I didn't want to deal with any graphics. I didn't want, it's so much more than just the actual sale. You have to do all the graphics. If you have a website, putting in the discount codes. If you have different discounts for different things, putting all of those things, in the system. If you're just going to simply adjust your pricing, it's not as simple as, okay, I'm just going to say, hey, we got the sale, it's 30% off. Well, how does that 30% come off? Either I'm going to change prices or I'm going to have to do discount codes and I have to make graphics with the discount code and all that good jazz. See, big businesses make it look easy because the CEO, the CFO, the regional director, the this, that, and the third, and all these people who are high ups who are making the money at the end of the day, they didn't have to do any of that. They sent it to a graphics department and said, hey, run with it. People who have been with their company for a long time, they understand the business, they understand the aesthetics. It wasn't where, you have to do some approval, but it's like, okay, just create the Black Friday flyer. All right, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. You approve it? Yep, looks good to me. All the writing is, everything's spelled right. All right, boom. But when you're a small business owner and you have to create all those things yourself, it's going to cost you time or money. You can't save both. So it would have either cost me time to go in and create those things. That was time that kept me from making actual money because I was still doing shirts. I had to do posters. I had orders for shirts. I had orders for like designs and things like that. I had an order for a logo. So I had things I had to do. So if I had to stop to work on just that, that's now taking away time that I was actually making money. If I chose to not do it myself and outsource it, now it's costing me money. So regardless of what, it's going to cost me money because I wouldn't be able to make money during that time. So I didn't really want to deal with that. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's just not, because it crept up and I'm like, crap, I haven't done it. Didn't get a chance to do it. I'm constantly answering questions. I end up doing 3 one-on-one sessions last week. So that took up any free time. Like I end up booking 3 one-on-one sessions. That took up time. So it's like, okay, where did the time come to create these graphics? So that was the first part. The second part was practicing what you teach. You know, if we don't want people to always expect discounts from us, and I'm teaching people about building your business and building a sustainable business, why is it that I would? I did not do one this year because of the move. And I must say it was enjoyable not having back-to-back classes. I think y'all understand how much of a toll it takes when you're constantly doing this class and you have to come up with this content all the time. But I did a class last year about preparing for holiday sales. And when I say sales, I mean just actually selling your items, not discounts. And I taught my students in that particular class, which is available on the website now, that is discounted because it is from last year. So if you want to prepare for Christmas or just kind of get some really great knowledge, definitely go check out that on the website, because I did not do one this year. It's the one from last year. But I told them, I taught them about you can still participate in the holiday sales season by making either your post about it, packaging it up. You know, if we normally use cyan, magenta, and yellow, maybe we could have gone and got candy cane poly mailers to ship out. So we're in the holiday season. You can go and you can promote, you can put things on your website, you can make things. They don't have to be Christmas items. People don't go and just buy stuff for Christmas because it has Christmas pictures and elves and Santa and reindeer and snowman and all of that. People buy gifts. People want a video game, PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo or whoever else. They didn't go and make a red and green box for just because it's Christmas time. Oh, this is the Christmas one. We're going to make this red and green. No, they're still selling their items. It's just that their advertisement is going to have a big, pretty bow around it. It might have some snowflakes on it. Those are some of the things that I taught last year, is that you want to put people in the mindset, but it doesn't mean that you have to offer a discount. You just want to get sales. You want to promote your business and promote it within like the holiday season, like theme, but you don't have to do discounts. So that was the other part of it. And then at the last minute, I said, you know what? Those who shop with us without any additional discounts, I want to bless and I want to thank them. So I had, some ulterior, I knew that I was going to do as of Thursday night I said, let's see how many sales we get. And then I'll end up thanking them because you didn't have to shop with us. And it was also, Sweet Red Poppy. She sent out something on Thursday or Friday and it said the gratitude list. And she's like, I know it was just email marketing. Like, girl, you want to think about me personally. I'm just on your email list. But she said this thing about gratitude lists. And that kind of struck a chord with me. And I really was, I'm not saying convicted by it, but it just struck a chord with me and it resonated with me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to end up doing something like that. Like, I'm going to do a gratitude gift card or discount code for those that did decide to shop with us and you needed, like whether you needed them now or you just kind of like maybe you wouldn't got your printer and you still needed paper or ink or whatever. And for some of you guys, if I would have did a discount, let's be honest, we're going to do it now. We did a 3, we're going to do a 6. If I would have put a discount out, 30%, 40%, how many of you have ink and paper in your possession but would have ordered it simply because it was on sale? And you haven't really been selling. You still got paper that you purchased when we had our anniversary sale because it's not moving for you. Because if it was, I would see you every single month. But because it was on sale, you would have purchased it and not really need it. If you're going to be honest about it and you put it on there, you want to be honest, would you have purchased just because it was a sale? I came on and said, it's a sale. And you're going to run to the site, you're going to buy it. Well, me, as Eric would say, being a responsible sharer of information and a responsible educator, why would I want you, if I'm trying to teach you about securing the bag and making smart business moves, for you to go and buy something that you're not even push, like it's not moving for you. You're going to end up wasting money that's going to sit on the shelf because you are not doing what you need to do to purchase paper consistently anyway. So why would I go and set you up for failure if my goal in teaching is to actually help you be successful in business?
You touched on some points that really got my blood.
You were scaring me with the cooking.
My blood boiling, man. So I want y'all to think about this. Something she just said. We're going to, it's going to sound like double talking. It's going to sound like the preacher talking and then the congregation saying amen. Okay, amen. But I think that's what's required. So you talked about the classes that you gave as far as the pricing and the marketing, talking about, not going out and purchasing things that's going to basically run your business in the ground. Sensible things, understanding how to get people into the holiday spirit, because remember, it's a mental thing. It's mental.
Mm-hmm.
People are emotional around this time, and I feel your pain because I too, and I did mention to my mom when they were here. My mom and my sister, my brother-in-law came and actually visited from Baton Rouge, so they drove up and they stayed with us for about 5 days. But this was our first holiday, our first Thanksgiving without my dad. And it was kind of a relief to, like you said, it is stressful to be watching numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dee and I are in a place in our business right now to where we've been in business long enough to know that things are going to fluctuate anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to take off Monday. After Monday, the store was closed on Tuesday. The store was closed on Wednesday. The store was closed on Thursday. And, people were wondering why we were closing. And I'm going to get to the point, y'all. People wonder why we were closing. We were closed because we had to regroup and we had to take some time for ourselves. And we don't always get that time to do so. So we took this opportunity, and we're going to be taking more opportunities like this. So we took this opportunity to take some time for ourselves. And for those people who were not able to shop in store on Tuesday, Wednesday, because they thought that we should have been open, well, get ready for Christmas, because we're going to take about 8 or 9 days off for Christmas. We're going to shut it down. Bottom line is this. Today, if you need something for your business, you're looking at your inventory, you should be able to be checking your inventory to see what's moving and what's not moving, what's going and what's not going. Stop waiting until a sale comes, until you think a possible sale is going to come, to make your customers suffer, because that's what you're doing. You're making your customers suffer because you're not purchasing the things that you need to purchase for your business. We're going to shut it down. But what you said was being responsible business owners. If you're not using it, why would you stock up on it?
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side of it is, if you see it moving, don't wait for a sale. Stock up on it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what type of money you're going to save when you buy a case of paper. If you're doing business like that, why you keep buying? And this is one of the things that I look at when we have our economy paper in here with 20 sheets. People will come in and they'll 20 sheet us until the stuff is off the shelf.
Instead of buying a whole pack.
Instead of buying a whole doggone pack. I don't get it. Maybe they don't have maybe they're the people that are taking that 25 cents and putting it back in their pocket instead of putting it in their business. However, being a responsible business owner means building your business to the point to where it can take care of itself. Your business is a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And your baby can't feed itself. And because your baby can't feed itself, your baby's depending on you to feed it. Now, you talk about these classes. When are you going to have your next class? When are you going to have your next class? I need to know. Inquiring minds. And if you don't know, if it's going to be the first of the year, if you're not going to have any more that's planned for recordings, that's cool. But if it's going to be the first of the year, I need to know, because that class is going to be promoted on our website. We're going to promote that in our groups. We're going to promote that class. I'm going to be in the class. I'm going to be in the class. I'm personally going to be. I don't know if Dee took it already. If she has, great. But I'm going to be in the class, and I'm going to encourage the people who are following us, the 3 people who are following us. I'm going to encourage them to invest in themselves and get to the class as well, because we want a profitable business. We want a profitable year.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to practicing what you're preaching. We can't position you to be successful if we're not fully engaged and fully have all the information that we need to actually, understand what to pass along. So I'll be in the class,
So yeah. Because of how I'm planning to do this,
I ain't gonna be in that one.
Because how I'm planning to do this, I am going to wait to the new year. I'm going to actually put it out in December, but we're going to start at the top of the year. One of the main reasons is like how I'm going to do this, like the creative business program. One of the reasons is I take, you said 8 days off, like from classes. Like we still ship out products and stuff like that. Like we still kind of come in here and do that during that time. But I don't do any classes. I don't do any live videos whatsoever once my kids are out of school. This year, they get out of school like literally the day before Christmas Eve. And so through Christmas week and then New Year's week, they go back to school on the 9th. So I do kind of come on just to say like Happy New Year and stuff like that, but I still don't do like classes and things. So I take that full 2 weeks off from classes, videos. Y'all won't see my face. They're going to have to rely on some all the recordings. They can catch up. They can, not have to worry about, I have to do this when I don't have time. You can catch up on all the classes because I'm not doing any new live videos for 2 weeks. So I'm going to have like some like pop-up stuff between now and like in that time. But as far as like my full-on programs, we're starting fresh at the top of the year. Because I don't want it to be like this 2-week break of no classes and things like that. So at the top of the year is when I will resume like programs. And it's going to be interesting. Like it's going to be a little bit different, I really want people who are in this industry, especially as far as like creative business, I want them to get a real look, the highs, the lows, being very honest and transparent on those days where you're kind of watching the numbers and maybe in the morning they're not there, like almost like it's a diary of business and sharing that with others and sharing like processes. I talked about this on a TikTok yesterday, actually, when I was, was it yesterday when I was on TikTok? And I was talking about like when we have large orders, right? What's your system? I kind of got on even. I'm gonna back up real quick here. Don't mind all my junk. Yes, it's very junky back there. But I was messing with even like when he was doing the rags because of how his flow was. And it worked for him. But okay, hold on. I gotta go this way. All right. So we have this heat press here, and it was pushed up somewhere. It was kind of close to this one. And he had, I think, the towels on one side, and he would like press them. And then once they were finished, and it was a weird layout for me. Like it was a weird flow because I felt like it was a lot of twisting, moving back and forth, right? And this is not something that's going to be like, okay, it's practical. Okay, I want you to set your stuff up this way. But what I'm hoping from some of these classes that I'm going to do, and I'm talking about being efficient in your production, is seeing like being able to survey your area and know what's going to be the best flow, because you can either take 2 hours to finish a job because you have this over here, you have that paper over there, and you're going, and then you have nowhere to put the items once you are finished with them. So you walking across the room to put the finished shirt, and you're doing a lot of back and forth. So that's a job that would normally take you an hour and a half, or whatever. And maybe now you're taking 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because you're not very productive. Like your setup isn't really working out right because you're doing way too much moving back and forth. Like I want to teach about those things. You can watch YouTube University to find out about how to make a shirt. You're going to have a lot of people that's going to talk about pricing. Really, pricing is really not that hard. The reason why some of you guys struggle with pricing is because you're too afraid to stand on your prices. And you feel like you're going to miss out on the sale if you don't adjust your pricing. I'm at a point now where I ain't scared. Like, look, I ain't scared. You going to buy it or you not? Point blank in the period. The product is there. The price is the price. You better, what you're worried about a discount, you better get it before the price goes up. Because like I said, we dropped prices up to 25% site-wide on our website. You have some people that are charging $42.99 for 13 by 19 paper, and you still got to use butcher paper with it. So that's more money. And then you have some people that don't have butcher paper, and they're charging $50 for that same pack of paper. It is what, $33.65 or $35.63. It's already a great value compared to if you are looking for a sale, go on over there. And then I also looked at a lot of people's sales, right? Let me ask this question. Two Sublimation paper companies, right? One said, we're having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale for 15% off, right? Just 15% off. The other company says, we're doing a 30% off sale. 30%. That's double. A 15% off sale or a 30% off sale. If you were trying to decide between two companies and you were just looking at the sale price, the discount price, how many of you, by putting a 5, would have, even though you may like company A, but dang, they only giving off 15%. It's Black Friday. It's Cyber Monday. I'm going with the company that's giving me 30% off. How many of you would have, if you had to decide between the two, went with that 30% off? With the 5, who would have gone with that 30%? If you didn't have any loyalties to any brand. So I ain't talking about my A1 day ones that's gonna buy Auntie Speaking no matter what. I ain't talking to y'all because y'all gonna buy HSINK paper regardless. But if you are somebody that doesn't have any loyalties, so we have a 5 here.
We got a 5 over here.
Okay. Yeah, see over here, it's all my A1 day ones. So they ain't gonna put in a 5. They buy HSINK regardless. But so somebody else said a 5. She says A1 day one. But the thing about it is, when I looked at some of the people who were having sales and I look at what their regular price was, and you applied that 30% off discount, right? Some of them, that 30% discount was the same amount of money I'm charged now. So what the hell? Or if I did a 15% off based off of where my prices are for some things, the end price would have been the same. So you could have gotten a better quality for the same exact discount, but because all we see is the percent off, we jump on that. That's all we do is we jump on this higher percentage. Well, if I do that and I'm teaching this, that means I'm teaching you guys that you have to put bigger number discounts to get people to buy from you. And that's just not the case.
That's not true.
I've seen some people, you would go and Nike has a sale, or let's say you want a shirt or whatever, they're having a discount. Their shirt is already higher, and their discount was the same price that most of these, like, let's say, like, companies are actual brands. I'm gonna just say, my girl Shawnee over at Imperfectly Qualified. You want a nice sweatsuit. She has really great materials for her stuff, and it's a brand, right? You like shirts that are like the graphic shirts. You rather go in the store and they have these sales. Their shirts are already like $50. Okay, I'm going to buy this shirt for 20-30% off. That makes this shirt probably the same exact price that somebody else, like a small business, sells it for every day. So you're willing to pay that $25 for that shirt because it's on sale. But when somebody had that price at $25 every day, you're like, that's too much. But you were willing to pay it for this shirt. So why is one company different than the other when you want the shirt, when you want the product, when you want the class, when you want the service? It's all like, I tell y'all, I think about business in every single thing that I do. I went to the movies and couldn't get my mind off them darn white borders around. I think about this stuff no matter what. So I'm always thinking about these things. So why would you not want to learn from somebody who really does engulf themselves in business to help other business owners become successful?
You know why? and I'm gonna once again, I'm not gonna play the devil's advocate this time, but it's a rhetorical question, but it's really true. People, the first part about it, the pricing part, people cannot agree upon a price shifting from being a consumer to a business owner because they're not truly shifted to business ownership.
Mm-hmm.
They keep bringing that consumer mindset over to business, and they're saying, well, if it was me, I would want this. No, if it was me, I want my business to stay in business tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. And it took me a brief moment. It didn't take long, but it took me a brief moment to shift from that consumer mindset to the mindset of a business owner. A lot of people who are in business are making decisions based off of how they feel a consumer would want to be treated. And in some instances, that is acceptable. But when you're talking about your prices, you have to understand that people are going to buy what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's never about price. It is never about price.
Yep.
It's never about how much something costs. It's about how valuable that mindset thinks that thing is.
Yep.
That's all it's about. If you think that you're gonna save a couple of pennies by getting some percentages off, all you're really telling yourself is that you got to prepare yourself to buy it twice. Because I promise you, if you buy a subpar anything, you're gonna end up buying it twice.
Yep.
It ain't gonna last long. So you're measuring once and you're cutting twice. You're buying cheap and you're gonna pay for it twice. The same person that goes out and they buy a sheet of vinyl, right? That cheap sheet of vinyl, and they go ahead and they try to press it, and it's cool. Now you bought the vinyl. Now you got to buy another shirt. You got to buy another sheet of vinyl because now you got to replace that shirt because the customer said, "Hey, I washed this shirt. I went outside in the sun and it curled up." Because we're trying to save money. We got to get that idea of saving money out of our head and start making better business purchases and better business decisions. The other side of it is, and I like the individual on here that was real honest about, rooting God's truth. You're honest. I like the honesty. A lot of people don't think about price versus value.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have that conversation internally with themselves. It has to be about the value. I've had this conversation with our followers and our groups. What do you put first? What's the first thing you think about? You think about quality? Do you think about price? Which one do you think about? And most people honestly say the first thing they think about is price.
Price, yeah.
As a consumer, I can kind of see that. Because people are pinching pennies. People are on budgets. A lot of people are on fixed incomes. But as a business owner, I can't see that. Now, of course, I want it to be at a decent price, but I know if I'm going to take this product and I'm going to pass it along to a customer in the form of selling it as a service or product, then I got to make sure they come back.
Mm-hmm.
And if I got a subpar product or subpar service and I got to keep replacing it because it's jacked up, then I ain't going to be in business long. Because bad news is going to spread like wildfire. Once again, a lot of people who are new to business, they're still thinking in the consumer mindset. Yeah. And that's a conversation that we have all year long, all the time. You got to shift the way that you think about things. You have to shift the way that and when you come into an agreement with yourself and start thinking, okay, I have to start thinking, I want to do a sale, but how's that going to affect my bottom line? Instead of me doing a sale and affecting my bottom line like that, why don't I just consider dropping my prices? Even if I just drop it for a period of time. If I drop my prices for a period of time, we'll probably get more sales. If we drop our prices for a period of time on certain items and then give them the opportunity to enjoy that. And then if we have to go up, it's a test.
Mm-hmm.
Test. You're testing out the market.
Yep. I did that recently.
Talk about that.
So with my Photoshop one, right? I end up doing a 2-day Photoshop class, and normally and even with that, like I'm not even charging like darn near double, right? If I do a 2-day class, one, it's a pricing strategy. It is about marketing. I'm a numbers person, so I try to keep it to where our prices have 365 in it somewhere, right? So a 1-day class is $23.65. A 2-day class is only $10 more, but you're getting the same, like you're getting a full day. Like, you know, that really should be closer to double than just, that's actually less than 50% like difference for it to be a 2-day class, right? But if for me, it's about marketing and branding and all that stuff. There's a whole reason behind like the way I priced it, because my husband again looked like I was crazy when I said it. But I did the Photoshop one and I offered it. It was a 2-day class. I didn't even do it where it was just 2 sessions. So when I say it was a 2-day class, but I didn't do just 2 sessions. I was testing the market. People say they want to learn Photoshop and all these different things. Like I keep hearing that one. You ever teach Photoshop? Because I use Photoshop. I just choose not to teach. That's not like my primary program to teach. So I test the waters and I did a 2-day class last week live, but it was actually 4 sessions. I did that to see time frame, because everyone always saying that, oh, this class doesn't work for me. This time I got to work. I have this, I have that. You know, it's all these different things about taking classes and what time frame works best for them. I offered it at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that there's a lot of people on different time zones and maybe they're still like at work at that time and maybe not home, because I am on the East Coast. But I had more people show up for, well, at least on that first day, for the 12 o'clock class than they did the 6 o'clock class. So one, it's showing me, were people really serious about wanting to learn Photoshop? Am I going to invest the time to create curriculum? This isn't like when I do classes, it's not like, okay, I'm just going to come on, I'm just picking some, like I'm going and like I sourced and strategically thought about each image that I use. Anyone that took that class, they understood, like, I strategically chose certain images. I strategically chose certain layer styles because of like what was in it to really show the difference. So I'm supposed to invest this time, like the prep work beforehand, to only have a few people. I wanted to really see, you know, you're going to put your money where your mouth is. Everybody's saying, oh, me. I want to learn Photoshop. Well, where were you? Because I offered it, and I offered it at a discount, and I gave you 4 different opportunities. Well, 2 opportunities each day to be able to come in, ask questions, and not just watch a playback. So from that, I now know how I'm going to move when it comes to Photoshop. And I'm just going to say it ain't going to be too many of those, because y'all ain't hold up your end of the bargain, because I offered it at a discounted price in 4 sessions, and y'all didn't show out like I thought y'all was going to show out. So.
But that goes to show you and remind you of what you already know. It's not about the price.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about the priority.
Yep.
I don't work a regular job. And I don't even like saying regular job. I don't do a 9 to 5. I'm not working for somebody else. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I realize it's been a while since I've done that. For D, it's been 2 years. For me, it's been about 7. But I do understand.
11? It's been 12 years. No, it's been 11 years since I've worked a 9 to 5.
I do realize that things have changed since I've worked a job. But the one thing that hasn't changed is that people will get off when they want to get off. Mm-hmm. People will get off work to go to a concert. They'll get off work early to go to a concert. Ooh. They get off work to go to the state fair. They'll get off work to go to a game. They'll get off work to go to a wedding or any type of family event that they want to. They're going to play sick. They're going to play whatever to get off to do what they want to do. Yep. So I realize it's not about price. It's about the other priority. And I get a little emotional when I hear people say, well, I had to work. Really? What about your business? Because did you have to work when you took that personal time off that you said that you need, or you took that sick time off, and now you're running around trying to get a doctor's note for a time that you really wasn't sick? Mm-hmm. You know, I think about that. Priorities. People will make time for what they want to make time for. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, it's not about price. It's really not. That might be a pain point for, I would probably say, 10, maybe 15% of our customers, a price point. That might be the pain point, the price. But for the rest of the customers, it's about priority.
Mm-hmm.
It's about when people come into the shop or to the store and they say, well, I said, hey, you ain't seen in a while. Yeah, business has been slow. Has business been slow or have you been slow?
Yep.
Has business been slow or you stopped sharing your business?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you hear these things, but I don't think people actually hear what it is that they're actually saying. What they're saying is, you know what? It ain't important to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I said I want to get this information from you, but I want to get this information from you when I'm ready to get it.
And it'll be there when you're ready to get it.
My terms. And when I'm ready, how I'm ready, and on my own terms. That's what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not offended by them saying that, but I do find it offensive. Because anytime somebody's willing to share their time with you, whether they're sharing a service and they're sharing their time, it takes prep work, like you said.
Oh, wait.
It takes preparation. Go ahead.
Someone says, not when you have bills to pay. But I think what you missed in that is like what he said in the beginning, right? Yes, you want to go to work. You're not going to, we know you have bills to pay, right? But there were times where you had bills to pay, but like he said, a concert came up and you wanted to get off early to go to that concert, to prep for it, to go buy an outfit. There was a wedding. There are things that are happening in your life personally. Those bills are still there, but you will take the time off for something that is personal. But when there was an opportunity where, okay, this class may not have worked for you, the same way this concert started at 6 o'clock and you got off work a little bit early to make sure that you were able to be at the concert. Why is it not that same priority when it comes to your business? You say that you want to build a business. If you are, I don't have time to sugarcoat nothing, so if you're trying to build a business, I don't care if you're getting your information from YouTube, if you're getting your information from a class, you're seeking out information because it's knowledge or things that like you don't have the know-how, the knowledge of, you're needing some type of help or tutorial. You don't know what you're doing. So you're going to need some help. Either you're either going to learn it by just doing it and learn from your mistakes, or you're going to try to take a class or watch some sort of video where that it's going to help speed it along, or maybe help you avoid some roadblocks and some bumps in the road. So when you're taking a class or you're watching a video, but you're doing these things because, and you're investing time in watching this content because you don't have the tools. That's what you don't have the tools.
You don't have the
know-how or the tools, right? So if somebody is offering that class to be able to help you, going to a concert ain't gonna help you do nothing but spend more money on some drinks. But it's about priorities. What he's saying is it's about priorities. A lot of people say they want a business, but they're not willing to sacrifice time. They're not willing to sacrifice money. They're not willing to, or invest. We would say sacrifice, invest, whatever it is basically you got to give up some time. You got to give us some money. We can go and be politically correct. We can sugarcoat it all we want to, but you're finna give up some time or you're going to give up some money. However you want to make yourself feel good about how you process in your mind, it is what it is. So all he's saying is, if I'm saying, okay, the class 6 people may not show up because it's different time zones, but what about when you just took off for a concert? If you've never done that, it does not apply to you. That's the other thing that you have to realize, that content creators like myself and Dee and Eric, we speak to a multitude of people. There's people from all different walks of life. There's people who come to us at different stages in their business, who have different mindsets. So we may say things that applies to sometimes a small portion of the people who we create content for. And that small portion still deserves knowledge just the way the majority does. So it may not apply to you. If you're someone that has never taken off work for a personal event, it doesn't apply to you. But there are some people where they don't put this business that they say that they want to have, they don't put it at the top of the list. It's not a priority. Getting any education for it is not a priority. Taking the time to practice and F some stuff up is not a priority for them. That is what he's speaking to. Not for those who, look, I'm at work I know people who have never missed a day of work. My son is one, like, I try to do that when I was like in work. I really try not to do 6 days. My son had perfect attendance in school from kindergarten. And if you really count pre-K, it's only because some little kid gave him pink eye, and I tried to take him to school. They was like, no, we can see the pink eye. Girl, take that baby home. So from pre-K to 5th grade, my son missed 3 days of school. That's it. 3 days of school. Now, there are times where if I did have to kind of go and get him early, but for the most part, like, he made an effort to get to school. 3 days from pre-K to 5th grade. That was it. So for some people, that's just how they're not going to take that time off. And if that is you, then yes, you're not going to take the time off for anything. But if you're going to do it for a concert, why not do it for your business?
The fact that you took time to explain that, and that is exactly what I meant. But the fact that you took time to explain that, it lets me know that certain personalities, once again, some of us are looking to be offended by what's being said. If it doesn't apply, then it doesn't apply, and we don't even have this conversation. However, for the people who all at work talking about they gotta work, guess what? We don't have a regular job. Mm-hmm. This is our livelihood. This is what pays the bills. And once again, you can take time off, personal time off, as somebody said in the comments. If you have PTO, you don't lose by taking time off to work your business. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are not mentally prepared to say that. Say these words with me. I am in business.
I have
a business.
I have a business.
I take my business seriously.
I take my business seriously.
I want to build my business.
I want to build my business.
So sometimes instead of taking a vacation, I take time off to build my business.
Yep.
And sometimes instead of taking time off to go to an event, a social event or social gathering, something that's not going to enhance my business, I will discard that. I will avoid doing that because that's not going to add value to my business. There's still some people who will not take off time, once again, from their job to build a business that they say that they want to build, and then they complain about not having any time. Mm-hmm. It can't have it both ways. I want everyone who hears this, because I know we're on your platform and we're on my platform. I want everybody who hears this to understand what I'm about to say. And I'm going to break it down so it can forever be broken. The job that you work in, the 9 to 5, the one that you punch the clock or sign in to your computer, or the one that you get a W-2 from at the end of the year so you can file taxes next year, that ain't your job. That's a loaner. That job's on lease. And you only have a certain amount of time to use the resources from that job to build your business. Before that job tells you, I got to let you go, it's time to retire. You mentally can't do it no more. You physically can't do it no more.
Just trying to force my dad's job. My dad's been on that job for so long, since I was a kid. And I feel like basically what they're trying to do now is force him into early retirement. We had to go over the paperwork for it. And I was like, oh, as you tell, we won't be signing this. We'll need y'all to correct some things on this first. But yeah, I think in what they wanted him to sign, they're trying to force him. So it's like you said, it's on lease. Like at any point, they can make a decision to let you go. Like you're not in control of anything when it comes to that. I mean, I always go back to my husband worked for one of the hottest teams around. I'm like, you wouldn't think sports entertainment recession doesn't hit it like other businesses. them rich folk gonna keep on, them season ticket holders are gonna keep on coming. And if they need money, they gonna sell their tickets, to somebody else. Like that's a business that we thought was recession proof. And it was job security. Like I think it's recession proof, right? Because we're in a recession yet and there's inflation and all that stuff, yet people still going to the game, the seats are filled, but never expecting what a pandemic or an epidemic could do to where my husband's job was literally ripped from under him. So that can happen. Like when you're working on somebody else's job, you're clocking in, you're on salary. It's like you have no control over that. If you have your own business now, if you are working it now, if you go and you slack off, then you fired yourself, because your business can't handle, you can't handle business. And if it goes belly up, you basically fired yourself. But you have control over that, whether you're going to fire yourself or you're going to be successful.
So the question still remains is, do we understand that there's no such thing as job security?
Yeah.
Do we understand that the jobs that we're working for other people, for other businesses and other companies are not our jobs? Mm-hmm. Do we understand that before they decide to let us go? Do we understand it? Because many of us don't. And it's a culture shock. It's a shock when we find out that they have decided to replace us with the machine. Mm-hmm. They decided to replace us with technology. And now, all the time that we said that we had a business and all the opportunities that we had to grow and build a sustainable, profitable business, that business may not position you to walk away from that job and fire your boss. But that business can be a profitable business. And if we're not working that business with the intent to make a profit or the intent to build something, then yeah, we're going to continue to say, no, not me. I got bills to pay. Yep. You got bills to pay whether you have a job or not.
Exactly.
You got bills to pay whether come on now. Yeah, that's the whole idea. And the bottom line is, if the epidemic hasn't shown us anything, it's shown us that sales went up online. They went up. Mm-hmm. Amazon's marketplace doggone shut down a couple of times. The internet was about to shut down.
I'm so confused. Speaking of Amazon, look, I know I don't pay a couple salaries with how much shopping I do on Amazon.
Oh yeah,
but they laying folk off.
Okay, so here's the answer to your non-confusion. But here's the answer to your non-confusion. As I was leading to say, during the epidemic, corporate companies, corporate giants did not lose their corporate bonuses. As a matter of fact, those bonuses went up. So when those people got let go and they went home, whether it's because they got laid off, because their time got cut, or they got total fired, they didn't take that money and say to the existing employees, "Oh, you're essential. We're gonna give you a couple more dollars to stay here." No, they took that money and they pocketed it. They put it in their pocket and they gave themselves a bonus. Meanwhile, we're running around here, bobbing and weaving, tapping and shaking, like Indianapolis 500, dodging traffic, trying to get to that job, going through the red lights, running late, putting ourselves in extra jeopardy for something that does not belong to us. Because as soon as their bottom line is jeopardized, as soon as their bottom line is jeopardized, as soon as they look like they're not going to meet the financial mark that they want to make, guess what they're going to do?
Cut labor costs. Cut labor, and that's that's for some people. That's for some businesses. That's the part that's so big, is like it's labor costs, right? We've experienced that with where we worked at before, and like for certain games, like they have like high games, we have to have more people in, and it's like an event that's not so great. You adjust the people that come in so that you're adjusting your labor costs to make sure that you meet the numbers, because all of that goes into business and what the profit is at the end of the day. So based off of sales, you can have so many sales, but as far as stuff that you have to pay out, if you don't have to pay out that many employees, your numbers look better, even though they're not. And I kind of knew, I'm like, when it comes to Amazon, like you said before, it's technology. I go and I see the people who are like packing orders, but what you also see is a lot of machinery coming. So it's like they've watched how these people pack orders so much to where they're building technology to where we don't have to have a physical person and pay that physical person. We're going to pay for this machinery one time, maybe pay for maintenance every once in a while, and we're just going to take it away because it's going to keep moving. Technology is going to keep changing, keep evolving to where, like you said, it'll get to a point where you don't need actual physical people that you're going to have to pay out like labor. And then if they're a full-time employee, you got to pay part of their health care. Some people stay on their jobs because the job is paying part of your health care. Oh, baby, when I tell you, it's a shock when you got to pay for it yourself. Ask us, I'm so glad mine is at least covered by the military. But for my husband and the boys, like, we have to take on 100%. You know, even though we have a business, it's still 100% us that's really taken care of. There is no other entity that's taking care of healthcare. So for every, the full-time employees, you got to pay them for that. You got to pay for your healthcare. The more employees you have, you got to make sure that your insurance is up for workman's comp and this and the third. Like, it's a lot to run a business. And that, like I said, let's go back into the classes. It's going to be all of these things that's really about business. I don't mean to, if it ain't for you, what the places where I'm going with teaching. I've done years and years of helping those who just want to monetize their crafts. You want to monetize what you specialize in. But now I think it's time for me to really get into business. It might be where you're going to take these classes and you're not at that level yet, but you're going to be prepared for it. I want you guys to understand that the next wave of classes is either going to help correct the mistakes that you're making now or prepare you for what's to come. Because in business, there's so much to running a business. If you want to leave your 9-to-5, or you want to leave the job that you get a W-2 from, and you want to be able to work your business. If you want to be the person that's supplying somebody else with a W-2, you have to understand business. And although I'm still going to have the stuff for design and little things like that, but that creative business one, it's going to be about running business. Anybody can go and tell you, oh, I'm going to teach you how to start your own course and, how to do your own courses. All they're gonna tell you is what website to go to that you can you can host your courses on. They might tell you what video camera to use, which I highly doubt, because I've seen some folk courses who have taken courses on how to build a course, and them cameras look like crap, but that's neither here nor there. They're gonna maybe be able to tell you how to maybe edit it down, give you some words on how to structure it. Okay, that's just that for that part. But what about the business side of it? Because you're selling these courses as a business. You want to have an LLC. You want to have all these titles. I see people saying that they're CEOs. Like that, I don't understand that. You saying you're a CEO, but you in a Facebook group.
You acting like a worker.
Wait a minute. How you a CEO and you asking these type questions in a Facebook group? It's so much more to it than just, okay, I just doing a course, just selling ink, just selling paper, just selling t-shirts, just selling candles, having a car wash business, someone that does hair, someone that does braids, like all these things. I've seen people on TikTok. I'm not going to say it's a business, but I've seen people on TikTok make money from selling stickers with a Rolo or any other thermal printer. Y'all really out here buying. Y'all do know if you have a business and you shipping some stuff out, you need one of these printers anyway. It's better for you to go and buy that because they were selling it to business owners who don't have a thermal printer to print out their shipping labels, and they're just got. So I tell you, it's money to me. I see people making money on TikTok by putting a bunch of treats and stuff in a bowl and say, "Pay me $7 for a scoop." So you finna pay $7 for a scoop, and you gotta pay for shipping when you could have just took your behind to the store and bought the darn chips and snacks and everything else. So you can make money any there's a million and one ways to make money.
Multitude of ways, yeah.
But to run a business that's going to be sustainable, to where it's consistent sales, it's not a fad, it's not just something that's trending. You're selling scoops of treats this week or this month, and then now that has stopped. It was something to make you quick money, but it wasn't something that was a business. So I saw, people asking me, like, oh, well, where can I get shirts less expensive? Eric has talked about this. We want to get things at a discounted price. We want wholesale pricing, but we don't want to do the things that it takes to qualify for wholesale pricing. We want to be able to go to the San Mars and the Alpha Brothers, and they require you to have a resale certificate. But what also happens when people tell you about these places and you have to have a resale certificate, what most of them don't tell you is that their resale certificate is also your new job. Because once you get your resale license, your resale certificate, or you can apply to places to not be charged taxes, you have now taken on the job of becoming a registered tax agent for your state. Because regardless of what, the state gonna get their money, okay? And basically, they're just using you to get it, because you have to file those taxes at the end of the quarter or a month, depending on the state that you live in.
Yep.
So they gonna get their money regardless. And when you go and you're thinking, oh, I'm saving money, I went and got this so that I don't have to pay the taxes. There's this lovely little line when you go to file your sales tax at the appropriate time that says, what the hell did you buy that you ain't pay taxes on? Because that means they ain't collect tax. That means they not finna pay us the sales tax. Oh, we gonna get it from you. Run us our money. Run it to us. There's no way around taxes. There's no way around sales taxes. All you're doing is being able to save money on the front end. So instead of you paying, let's say $4 for a shirt, you might pay $2 for a shirt. So that's all it's doing. But on the back end of it, when you're conducting business and you're taking care of the admin stuff for a business, you're paying for it anyway, just in case nobody ever told you that. But my goal is to keep people. Huh?
I say they better make sure they're collecting taxes.
Exactly.
So the amount that they have to pay is not that great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of their own pocket.
But those it's things like that where I'm not a tax professional, but the things that I know in business, the things that we have to do on a daily, the things that we have to do weekly, the things that we have to do monthly, the things that we have to do quarterly, the things that we have to do annually, making you guys aware of those things. Inventory. How many of you have done inventory on all the stuff you keep buying? How many of you guys have added to your inventory and you have accounted for it, for all this stuff that you went on Black Friday and Cyber Monday and you said it was for business? Are you going to do inventory on that? Because when you're doing taxes, they want to know what's the value of the inventory that you have. And if you don't know, the more things you have on hand, that is technically potential like money. So if you didn't sell it, you're actually hurting yourself when you are overbuying. So in case no one ever told you that, or you let a tax professional do your taxes and you're not involved on it, and you just hand all your stuff over to them and don't know how they're working those numbers or why those numbers are that way, just know that all this extra stuff y'all have on hand that y'all stocked up on just because it was a sale, and then at the end of the year, Jesus, you ain't gonna be able to move this before the end of the year when you're gonna do your taxes. And you're doing business stuff and you're doing your inventory the right way, and you got all this extra stuff, you just shot yourself in the foot. But all these gurus don't teach you that. So I can say that because I haven't had, those who took my class, we talked about it. But when you have those classes like that, now that I am advertising, and I will be advertising, I'm going to have classes, I'm going to be, as Eric says, a responsible sharer of information, because I find that, and I've paid for people's stuff just to kind of see what we're really teaching over here. We say we're talking about starting a t-shirt business or teaching you how to make money from your crafts with your wreath business. But then I go into these and all it is about how to make it. then don't tell me you're helping me start a business if you're not talking to me about business. If your business talk stops at a website, if your business talk stops at an LLC, you're not teaching someone about business.
Hey man, you preaching to the choir. You sound like you was on our call this morning, and we didn't get that much. We didn't get that in detail with it, but we've been talking about this since we got on social media some 7 years ago. And for the life of me, it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's that. And I told D this. Was that this morning? Yesterday. Maybe they're talking about it, Professor. Maybe these gurus are talking about it on the back end of their pitch. Because on the front end of the pitch, all they're talking about is I can show you how to make X, Y, and Z. I can show you how to make all this money. And they're talking about it on the front end because that's the shiny thing that they're dangling in front of. Maybe they're talking about it on the back end. Maybe they're talking about all the business attributes, the back end of the business, understanding, like you said, about the inventory. You know, that inventory is money, so you're going to have to pay taxes on the inventory. Oops! You know, you're going to have to... You're doing it correctly, reporting it. Maybe they're talking about that on the back end, about, you know, record keeping, you know, your financial balance sheet. You know what I'm saying? The value. Maybe they're talking about it on the back end. They are. Don't do that. They're talking about this. So guys, listen. The people who you're currently following, I'm sure that if you continue to follow them, they're going to talk about this on the back end of what? Everybody's laughing. You're looking like that. She's like, so for the people who are following these gurus, and I know a couple of them, the very famous names that are out there that are showing you how you can start a DTF business. They're showing you how you can start a sublimation business. They're showing you how you can start a t-shirt business. They got all these t-shirt gurus, the doctors, the professors, all the, you know, people with the hundreds of thousands of followers on these platforms, millions of followers total. I'm sure they're going to talk about that on the back end. I'm sure they're going to say, hey, you know what, the importance of not just getting a tax professional that understands your business, but understanding a lot of the tax laws that are involved. Because if you don't get the right tax professional and they start telling you that you can't write stuff off, then your tax bill is going to be much bigger. I'm sure they're telling you this. If not, they're going to tell you on the back end. They just want to get you in so they can educate you. That's what it is. They do. So now
3.65% of them maybe, but the rest of them,
you're gonna keep that 365 in action.
Yeah, I use that everything. It's gonna be about 3.65% of them that will mention it.
Well,
right.
The reason why, and for some people who are listening, it's gonna sound like, man, why they hating on people? No, I want you to be aware of what you're getting into. I want you to be educated enough so you can make an informed decision. The reason why people ain't talking about it because they don't know about it. See, people can't talk to you about what they don't know.
She said, oh, my face.
People can't talk to you about what they don't understand.
No, I was going to say, wait. Some of them know about it because they have a business, right? Like there's no way that you are making this kind of money unless you want to end up like Wesley Snipes. And I mean, and even saying that, right? Like there are celebrities, there are people who make a lot of money in their profession, yet they end up in jail for tax evasion because they don't understand it. All they know is, I'm going to get in front of a camera and I'm going to make money. I'm going to go and I learn how to play basketball. I'm going to shoot some hoops and I'm going to make a bunch of money. But even in that, that's a business. Like that is your job. That is, you still have to pay certain taxes on those things. And when they go and from all this money that they're getting from their job that, they're being paid from, they're opening up other businesses and thinking, okay, I want to invest my money and do this, that, and the third. And never did they get they get that education about finances, about taxes, about any of these things. They want to, even if it's a nonprofit, you still look, Uncle Sam don't care if you're a nonprofit. Like that's it's still a business. And you're still paying out salaries and this. So there's still things that you have to do on the business side. Like it doesn't make it to where you have absolutely zero obligations, because if that's the case, everybody and their mama put their business under a nonprofit to where they don't have to pay anything back. But it's just certain ways that it's like tax, and people just aren't teaching it. So they know about it. They definitely know about it, Eric, because there's no way that you can say that you have helped this many people make six figures. There's no way that you can say that you have a 6, 7, or 8 figure business and this has not been at your doorstep. Like, but what you said, like the other word is, they're not, how can I say it? They know about it. They're just not knowledgeable about it to where they can actually teach it. They're going and
they can't talk the language.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like, trust me, they know about it, but it's either. Go ahead.
I was listening to a gentleman.
You're supposed to.
The first time that I heard someone speaking about the crafting lane, I was listening to a gentleman on YouTube that I was watching, and he wasn't that articulate. He wasn't that well spoken. And just so y'all know, if you don't know, D and I both teach business. We teach business and financial education. I'm not a tax professional, but I teach tax strategies. And that means, for those of you who don't understand it, that means that we teach you and educate ways on how to legally lower your taxes. Now, when I say teach, information should lead you to want to be educated. So that means it should lead you to go and do your research. However, I listened to this guy, and the first thing I heard that really piqued my interest that came out of his mouth was about taxes. He said, well, I don't know. I'm not a tax professional. I don't know about that. I can't tell you about that. I can't talk about that. I just know you need to get a good tax person. And I heard that. And the first thing I thought about was the numbers that he was pulling in financially. And I said to myself, why would I take the information, my financial information, and hand it over to some stranger and not know how the system works, or even have an idea or an understanding how that system works? I would be a fool to hand my life and my livelihood over to somebody
and not understand it.
Now, I may
That's
not be able to articulate.
They know it, they don't understand it. That's what I was looking for.
I may not be able to articulate and explain it and teach it, and that's a whole other conversation, because I have to now go back to some people that I spoke to, and I encouraged them to share some information. And everybody ain't a teacher, but anyway, that's another conversation. But they may not be able to articulate it and share it and teach it, but they do know, and they may understand at their own level. Here's the thing. When he said what he said, I thought about, man, how are you teaching somebody about business? And I started categorizing different businesses, and I started categorizing different professions, like life coaches, right? Mm-hmm. And this might be a little bit off topic, but if 80% of people's issues in their life deals or involves finances, right? Roughly 80%-ish, because we spend a large majority of our time at somebody's job.
83.65%.
There you go. So we going to 85. We're going to round up. So 83.65% of it involves finances. Then why is it that most life coaches, if not all, don't have a financial education portion in their life building coaching structure? Mm-hmm. That I'm at, my job is only 168 hours in the week, and out of those 168 hours of that week, I'm spending about 60 going back and forth to work, or getting up and getting ready for work, about 60 hours. So now you feel that's 1/3 of my week is going to somebody else's time. Why is there no type of I started thinking about businesses, and I started looking at other people. This young lady that has a paper line, and she was selling blanks in the beginning, but she was encouraging people to take classes and teaching them how to build businesses. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at this information that she was sharing and the people that she was bringing on her platform. And I'm thinking, okay, this is bass apples. If y'all don't understand what that means, change the B and the A. That's what it is, man. And it was like, why are people drawn to personalities like that? And it's because of the shiny things that people dangle in our face and the terminology that we use, that this is simple, this is easy, it ain't that hard, get an LLC, get your EIN, blah, blah, blah. They stop right there, and they're really not showing you how to start a business. If nothing else, they're probably hurting people more than they're helping them, because they're giving them bits and pieces of information, not even really leading people to where they can actually do research. It goes back to what I read, and you're going to see this video on my National BB platform pretty soon, but it goes back to what I read about John D. Rockefeller, and in the 1900s, how he put $180 million into the education system over the course of his lifetime. And the education system was not intended for people to be free thinkers. It was intended for people to be non-thinkers, because his quote says that I would rather have a nation of workers instead of a nation of thinkers. And that trickles down to what people are doing and what we're saying. And a lot of people don't understand that. So we go to these jobs and not understanding that we have to position ourselves to be a nation of thinkers and builders and believers, which means you got to start doing your research. You got to.
Hold on one second. Oh wait, go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was
gonna say, if you don't do that, you find yourself in a conundrum. You're in the same situation that you were when you were at a job.
Yep. But that is true though. Why is that not a part of it with the financial literacy part? Because most people, their issues comes from that financial part. A lot of people's issues start from that. And that's what, like I said, a lot of times I see, like in groups, it comes from, like someone just said on here. She said, where was it? I admit I'm stuck in a consumer mindset and I hesitate all the time about overpricing and losing customers, because it's like, it's most people start this as a business. Some is just, hey, you did it. Someone said, oh my God, this is amazing. You should sell these. I want to buy one. But that's just like one person kind of gauging off of one person saying they want to buy it. And then for some, they're needing to, because they need to make ends meet. That W-2 job isn't making ends meet. So they want to do this for that. So when they're going into these life coaches and all these different things to help them get their life right, that financial part isn't discussed. Whether it is you're struggling with finances, or so that you don't struggle with them, let's talk a little bit about, okay, yeah, you might be good right now, but how are you preparing for that rainy day to where you ain't got to come back because now you're back stressed out over money? I like watching people who talk about investments, right? I said before, I can go and say, let's say a class made me, let's just say a crazy number out there, $500,000, right? Technically, a person can say that, right? But they may not have sold $500,000 worth of that class, but they were smart about it. And I probably made $50,000 off of it, but I took that $50,000 and I invested it. So technically, that class that I taught made me $200,000 because I took that whole $50,000 and I invested it. I think some of these gurus, that's actually what they're really doing. And they're telling you you're going to make all this money, but they're not being very honest and truthful in how they are investing their money to compensate.
And that's the sleight of hand that people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
When we were heavily into network marketing and we built our network marketing team, we heard people telling us how they made all this money off of network marketing. When in all actuality, they didn't make the money from signing people up. They made the money from the people staying signed up and the residual and the commissions that they. So you're not going to go out there and snap your fingers and make a mint. It doesn't work like that. Anything that you get fast is not going to last. So people are on a job and they're saying, man, oh, woe is me, I'm not making my ends meet, and they feel like they're forced into starting a business. But when your back is up against the wall, you're going to do some undesirable things.
Like overpriced, underpriced.
Yeah, and you're going to make some desperation decisions. And when you don't understand how business works, as people are coming on and they're hearing us talk about this, if you don't understand how business works, there's nothing embarrassing about not understanding. The embarrassing part is not admitting that you don't understand.
Exactly.
And then seeking out the correct help. That should be the embarrassing part. My opinion. You know, my opinion. So there's a lot of people out there who want to make more money, and I think people need more money, but they also need better financial strategies.
Yeah.
And I think everybody should understand ownership, and they should understand control. Not everybody's going to be a business owner. I get it. But what are you controlling?
Yep.
You have to control something. You're either going to own something or control something or both. And if you don't understand how business works, then hang around some people that's going to give you some nuggets. Don't just work overnight. Don't happen like that.
Yeah.
It's more,
Jackie, if you're still on, Jackie, was it Williams? I'm not sure where you sent the email to, because I was over here checking all my emails. I'm not sure what email you sent it to, but I don't see an email, love. If you could send it to either admin@hsink365.com or info@hsink365.com, that would be great, because I don't see an email from you. Had to pause for the cause for that one. But I normally only spend a half a day in the office on Mondays. And I still have some people to bless for shopping with us throughout this spending weekend, so I have to go and do that. But hopefully this conversation, I love it when I'm on with Eric and D, although, D back there working, when you got a business, she back there. I help back there talking to customers. She got to do some work, but I always love being on with them because one, they understand business. And when you can speak with like-minded, and there's always value, and there's a lot of value. Like if you are able, I know it was long. I'm not going to condense it and give you the cliff notes and do timestamps, because that's just extra work. But if you ever, while you're working on your orders, what are you feeding into your spirit, your business spirit? Maybe put it on and jot down some stuff when you're going back and you're playing it back. For any, if y'all haven't tapped in to some of their Monday and Friday sessions, there's a lot of value in there. Even, if it's like, if you're not at that place yet, keeping a business journal. Like I said, my classes now are going to be almost like a diary of running a business. The ups, the downs, the good, the bads, creating the bags. Ooh, look at God. The bads, creating systems, creating processes. And it was something that you just said, strategies for business. Like I work on different strategies all the time. I'm testing out different posts all the time. Like this is something that I eat, sleep, and breathe all the time. And I want to be able to share it. So whether it's, I'll tell y'all, we'll be limited on live videos. I had to have people talk to me about those things. And some of you guys have fear with pricing. My fear was, limiting access, like feeling like I always have to be accessible to people, feel like I always have to make my live videos, for the masses. And it's for everyone to get this free information, yet I'm giving and my cup is empty and yours are full. Like I can't continue to do that if I want to really build a business, if I want to go and live and fulfill the plans that we have to have an actual warehouse, and not, we kind of move into a bigger space, and this is an upgrade, but how do I keep growing? How do I keep growing and keep growing? How do I go to where I'm able to employ some people? And while they're on the job with me, they're learning how to eventually run their own business. Most of us go to 9 to 5s, and there are people running a business, but from that 9 to 5, you never learn how to run a business. You're just a worker bee. So if I want to get to that point to where even in my business, I'm helping others build businesses, and some changes I got to make. And, you know, I got to be an example of practice what you teach. And this weekend was the start of that. And being unapologetic about not running a discount. We still were open for sales. We welcome sales and seeing our sales numbers go up, but just not at a discounted price. And if I am to help you guys build confidence to say, I'm okay with my pricing. I'm okay with the whatever price tag I put on my website, whatever price I put on this Facebook post, whatever price I emailed you, whatever price I text you, I'm going to stand on that and be confident in it. And I'm not going to worry about you're not losing us. To be honest, someone she said about losing a sale. You're not losing a sale. If they did not process, they did not pay for it, you did not lose a sale. Until they pay for that item, until they pay that invoice, they are not a customer. It is not a sale. So you can't worry about something that is not. And I want to help build that confidence with those who follow me. Like if you're trusting me and you're entrusting me to help you grow your business, I can't be afraid to do what I need to do for business, because how can I then tell you to not be afraid as well? And this weekend, reason why I did not do any sales is to get me in the mindset to do what I feel like I am called to do, what I am charged to do, to help people build businesses. And a big chunk of that is confidence. Is not feeling like you have to follow trends just for the sake of it when you know that it's going to hurt you. What strategies could you implement to where you can still take advantage of these times, but it doesn't hurt your bottom line? It doesn't hurt whatever your goals are. It doesn't put a monkey wrench in your plans and your goals. Like that's what I'm on for 2023. Like this was the starting point. And hopefully we'll all get to the finish line together where we are better business owners at the end of 2023.
You got to take some time for yourself to build your business. It's important. If you guys don't see us online, it's not because we fell off. It's not that at all. We're balancing our time and managing our time and growing our business. And like Shakia is saying, you know, I enjoy being on with her. They say iron sharpens iron. So I get a burst of energy. Because talking on here by ourselves is just like we talking to ourselves sometimes. But I just want everyone to understand that here at the Blank Spot, our responsibility is to be responsible sharers of business. We're building a network of business owners who want to build and elevate to the next level. I do believe firmly with all my heart that everybody has the ability to build a profitable business. You may not be able to leave that job. It may not be in the books for you at all, but you may be looking to add value to your finances. For those of you who want to, I believe you can. If that's what you want to do, I believe you can. But I think the mindset is what's going to stop you from doing that. Okay? I believe that if you truly want to be on your own and be able to support your family through your efforts and through your business's efforts, I think you can. You're going to have to step out there. You're going to have to step it up. You're going to have to learn some things. You're going to have to do some sacrificing of your personal time. And you got to invest in yourself by investing in other businesses like Shakia's business, like our business, to actually get the information that you need. Every Monday and Friday, we're on here giving free content. It's free to you. We just sharing our time. Mm-hmm. But I promise you, if nobody's on these calls, I'm going to keep on talking to myself and keep on lifting myself up and educating myself, because I know that eventually it's going to lean over to somebody else. So I'm Eric. And like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Make sure you like it, share it, tag it. Thank you, Shakia, for jumping on with me. Love being on your platform as well. To all your viewers and listeners, appreciate y'all as well. I hope that I didn't say anything that offends anybody. However, I need you to understand that I have to be responsible in the stuff that I share and what I say. And sometimes toes get stepped on. It's not intentional, but just remember that everything is not for everybody. Okay? Everything's not for everybody. But we'll see y'all at the top because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. You guys take care. Peace.
All right, the TikTok one is over. So just to, you guys, we have amazing products on the site, well worth it. Our everyday prices. So with our company, you don't have to wait for this massive, like this great sale to stock up. You can buy them when you need the products. Us running a sale would have only benefited us in a way to where, we would have saw those numbers. But if I can make those numbers in September, October, January, or whatever, like I have a sustainable business, there was really no need for us to have to run a sale just to get the numbers in, just so we can say, I have a business and I make this amount of money. This is what we did. Like it's more so to me, it would have been for show, because I've had success at our regular prices. Every once in a while we throw a sale, in there, but we've had success. We have a product that's a quality product. You're getting not just a product, but when you're buying products from us, it makes it to where I'm okay with staying on for 2 hours to help you guys for free. Because contrary to what people think, just because I'm on YouTube, that don't mean we're making all this kind of money, because it takes a certain number of views to be able to really, really make money on YouTube. So it's not like, you're just making all this money. Most people kind of get their stuff from either sponsorship deals or they're saving money because they don't have to spend their personal money to be able to get certain equipment or certain tools and things like that, because they're influencers. So they're able to, keep more of their money because they don't have to go out and buy these different things. So, be mindful of that. Some people have asked me about YouTube and stuff, and everyone's level of success is different. If you're trying to be someone that wants to build a YouTube to where you can get sponsorships and this, that, and the third, and be brand ambassadors, I ain't your girl. Because y'all see, I have some people, like certain companies where I have affiliate links for, but I don't have people just sending me stuff. And that's by choice. But anything I'm going to share with you guys is because I paid money out for it. So I'm not your one if you want to learn how to build a YouTube just to kind of be able, like, you're like, man, I want to get a YouTube because they're always getting stuff sent to them, and I'm running a business. I want some stuff sent to me for free. I ain't your girl. Like, I have my YouTube serves a purpose because it's a funnel for you guys to know the information and the value that I have. I get to showcase our amazing products. I get to showcase what I know in Silhouette Studio. I get to show why I am the best. Contrary to anyone who might be afraid to say that, I do things in this program that I guarantee the creators has probably never thought to do. So yes, I will still stand on that 10 toes down that I know this program inside and out. Some people say it intimidates people for me to say that, but I'm sorry. I invest time in being the best at what I do. And I want you guys to feel the same way about whatever it is that you do, that you are the best at what you do, and whatever price point you decide to put on that product, whatever price point you decide to put on that service, you're going to stand behind it, and you're going to do a discount if you choose to, because you just want to be nice to the world, but you don't have to feel obligated to do that. That's when you gain power as a business owner, when you can run business unapologetically the way that you see fit to run business. And that's what this weekend was for me. It was like I got to step away from business because we don't often get to do that. I got to take time for me. This weekend, I was able to not be so stressed. And we still made money. Like The Shopify still went cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. I even, because of my work ethic and because of what I put out there, I had someone where they planned this baby shower for a while, that they still came to me and I was able to deliver a what? By the time both of them paid the invoice, was $600 invoice, because I've put myself out there. I've shown that I am who I say that I am. They trusted me to be able to create this design at the last minute. They did not bat an eye at paying my rush fee. And then when they came and picked it up, still gave me some money on top of that. That is where I want you guys to, where I want you guys to get to. And that comes from a lot of different things in business. I know it's going to seem like, man, I can't afford this. Only time that you can't afford to invest money in a program, I'm not going to call it a class, because it's definitely not going to be a class. It's not going to be a course. It is going to be a training. It is going to be something that's going to, this one session may not help you, but the next one will help you guys. When you see it drop, invest in yourself. Not necessarily, yes, the thing that most people are afraid to say, yes, it's going to make us money. It is definitely going to make our business money, but it's also going to help you make money. Like, that is the whole purpose in this. You know, I had to get to a point to where I wasn't worried about people kind of clocking how much I'm making, because I'm helping money. So why are you worried about how much I have and whether or not I'm making 6 figures, 7 figures? Oh, well, you making all this and I'm not making that. How you going to charge me this, that, and the third? I mean, you can make it too, because there are businesses that sell candles. There are people that have salons, and you might be someone that just does hair, right? There's only so much money you can make if you are a hairstylist and you're the only person doing hair. You have to be the wash person, you person doing the hair. You have to go and collect their money. You got to do this and do that. But when you build a business and you understand the importance of hiring staff and people taking off certain tasks, like certain smaller task for you, and you can either be just the face of it. You can train someone to do things at your quality, at your level of quality. When you're able to do that and understand how to scale your business that way, you can take a step back from where you're working in your business and you constantly have to do everything for your business. And then it's like, what are we working for? Because if we're working to have financial freedom so that we can take trips and we can do certain things, but your business is only you and you can never walk away from it for fear of not making any money, do you really have a business? If it never can make you money when you're not physically working in it, is it a business? And that's not always, people will say digital products. Don't get me wrong. It is great to have digital products, but there are other ways that you can make money. CEOs go on vacations all the time, and then they have staff that can do certain things. What about you training someone, being able to know your business like the back of your hand, to where you can have somebody come in and you have SOPs. You can train them to where you can go on vacation and know that people are still going to come to your website and still purchase a shirt, because it doesn't matter if you are making it, somebody else can make it at the same quality if you have trained them properly. And that's what we're moving into for 2023, training you on running a business, being sustainable, teaching you strategies, encouraging you. The fee is only an issue if you aren't applying yourself. If you're not going to be serious about applying yourself and scaling your business, do know that creative business program that's coming up, it ain't for you. And yeah, I said ain't. Okay? It is not for you. If you think that the amount is going to be too much because you're looking at your sales now, that program is not for you. But if you want to get to a point where whatever that price is when it drops, if you look at that and say, oh, that's a drop in the bucket, that means your business is making money. But if you're not trying to put the work in, you're not trying to do what you need to do, so where that's like, nothing to you, I want the ones to where when they go and they see this course, and I'm telling you now, it's not going to be this 5,000, 10,000. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, not for the audience that I currently have, that's just not where it's going to be at. But I mean, even when the $83, people are asking me, well, when you gonna have, I really want to take this class. Are you going to have a discount on it? No. Like, I'm not discounting. Like, I am not, unless it is something where, like I said, a discount normally comes because I really want to help somebody. If it's not that, ain't no discounts coming. The price is worth it. I put a lot of work into it, and I'm not going to let people devalue the work that I put into stuff. And I want you guys to feel the same way about whatever business you are doing. If you're making tutus, you're making shirts, you're making blinged out shoes, Crocs, scrunchies, I don't care what it is. If you are somebody that's sitting down and creating digital products, if you are making SVGs, you're making PNGs and stuff for other people's business, it's to help their business. There are some people who are just crafters. If you are talking to people who are just crafters, keep it at that. And crafters are going to nickel and dime you because they're not making money off of things. But when you are creating content for other business owners, now I know some of you guys are trying to do that. The ones who are just trying to sell to consumers, this part is not for you. But if you are somebody that's trying to sell to other business owners, you're trying to get into the digital products and this, that, and the third to other business owners, you can't be concerned about what they can or cannot do because they're in business and it's to help their business. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys on for business owners. And there's going to be kind of a little bit of a crossover for those who are just selling to consumers. You guys have to have confidence as well, because the same way they were out looking for all of these deals and sales, if they were out spending money, that means they had money to spend. And those companies didn't care about what bills they had. That wasn't their concern. If they were a single mom, a single dad, if they were grandmas taken care of, that wasn't why they priced the way they did. They didn't price it out of a good heart and trying to help people save. And you have all these kids. I want to make sure that your kids have an amazing Christmas, so we're going to drop our prices. That's not what they were thinking about. And it might seem harsh and it might seem cold-hearted, but that is really the mindset that you have to have. At the end of the day, it's about making money. And if they got money to spend, whether it's full price or it's on sale, they still have money to spend. And you just have to make sure that you are somebody and you are positioning yourself. You are presenting yourself on social media, on your website, when they communicate with you. You are positioning yourself and showing yourself as someone who they want to spend money with, because they're going to spend the money regardless of what. My website proved that this weekend. Y'all wanted the products. Y'all needed the classes. It's there. If what you should be trying to do is catch it before these prices go up, because then, that's when you're really losing out. But that's, my spiel for today. Do I share the address? Wait, where did I see that at? Do you share the address to the headquarters? I guess, I've never really said it. Other than like when people do like local pickups, it's on there. But you trying to send something here? You trying to come? We're going to eventually, because I'm still working on a lot of stuff on the back end with promos and how we're going to promote for people to come in-house. So the address will be available. That was the whole purpose of us coming into this space, is so that people can actually come here. So we eventually will, but I haven't, because we haven't really done anything to where people need to come here. But if you need the address for some reason, just let me know. Yeah. That's what I need, is confidence in my business, really in myself. I wish I saw what others saw. Yep. So yeah, that's that. And I'm going to hop off of here because I got some work to do before I leave out here, because Monday is my short day. I don't stay in this office all day on Mondays. So It just kind of sucks though, because we're here. I really got to get my computer for the house, because there are times where I just want to be creative and I can't. Like, it's not always about business. I just want to be creative, and I have to drive all the way over here just to be creative. So yeah, that's that. If you're in any of my groups, I probably, before I leave here today, I will be doing a video or a live video over there. Probably won't this whole DTF thing, this DTF hack. I see y'all in my inbox. Yeah, I'm ignoring y'all a little bit. I'm ignoring you, but not ignoring you. I'm not directly replying back, because it's a lot of y'all asking about this DTF stuff, because it's in all of these different groups. I just want to kind of have a dedicated video about it, and I need to create content within my group. So those videos will be, I'm going to go live in both groups. Well, pretty much just any of my groups. I'm going to go live about this whole DTF hack stuff for Sublimation, because honestly speaking, I'm sick of y'all. I'm like, every time somebody make a post, y'all take a screenshot and y'all send it to me. Professor, are you going to teach? Like, Professor, are you going to teach this? And I'm like, why? It's not Sublimation. It's a hack. They showing y'all what to do. I'm not sure what else more y'all want from me. So I'm just going to address it in one video, and I'm going to leave it at that. So if you want to kind of hear me talk about, this is just my professional and personal thoughts and opinions on it, be sure to be on the lookout for it in the group, or watch the playback of it in the group. But we're going to dive into this because y'all really want to know about this DTF hack and feel like it's just going to be a game changer for you. But, it is what it is. All right, y'all. Before I go, that's the thing that I don't understand, right? A lot of these inboxes have come from people who have, there's a thread, right? Which means I've had conversations with them. Some of them are from new people, like they were in the request part. So maybe they're just been watching my content and they like the way I teach and how I break stuff down. But for me, it was way too many people who I've had conversations with, which means you know me, like know me. And I don't do trends. Why are you asking me about it? Like, I didn't get that. I was like, they know. Like, I don't do trends. Why are you asking me? So, yeah. I agree with her. I don't want to do everything exactly. Man, people want to do just want to do everything. But that was for real. That was one of the first things I thought. I'm like, why are they asking me this? Like, you should know. If you don't know me by now, I'm not doing anything that's trendy that don't make sense. I'm so glad you're going to speak on this Sublimation DTF. I couldn't sleep last night and I ran across that. They doing too much. Made my head hurt. Yes, it seemed too much, but hey. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible with all of your amazing, honestly speaking products. I should have did product placement when I did this, and I did not. But with all of your wonderful, honestly speaking products, be incredible. All of these valuable classes, be incredible with them. And be on the lookout for a new lineup of classes. Yeah, until next time.